Technically, Tyler.
Good evening and welcome back to Ask 9 here in our streaming studio. I'm Becky Phelps.
And I'm Jim Mertens. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you are safe and warm and healthy inside your home right now.
Healthy is the big one. Here at KCRG, and I don't think this is unlike some other places right now, we have just been wiped out by various illnesses.
Last week, when I was on vacation, the newsroom was, as you said, wiped out. I don't know how many people were really sick or how many just had holiday flu. No, I mean, there's something, there's a
I heard
bug
some of the
going
phone
on.
calls. It was nasty.
Yeah. I've heard some of the descriptions and I don't want to hear them again.
Yeah.
But we're seeing this, in workplaces all around, and schools and everywhere, all the way around eastern Iowa.
Yes, we did a couple stories about all the schools like a month ago that were impacted by flu, and flu rates across the state are really spiking right now.
Yeah, starting to spike, especially in the last 2 weeks, but the last week in particular. And then when you think about it, with it spiking during the holidays, you have this feeling like, I don't want to say super spreaders, but families gather, friends gather, and then you...
I will own up to this.
Yeah, what?
We had a friends Christmas event in middle of December. Mm-hmm. 10 of us got sick afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just
So you really wonder what's going to happen
everyone seems fine at the party,
Yeah.
and then someone starts coughing, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, half the party's down.
Or it's that crab dip you left out a little long.
It's something.
Anyhow.
Maybe it was the turkey.
That could be too. If it's my cooking, it's definitely whatever was left on the table. But it's going to, because of the holidays, you know that the numbers are going to keep going up, at least in the early part of this year, the early part of January. But right now, as you said, numbers are spiking.
Absolutely. You brought some data with you.
Yeah, I mean,
What are we seeing here?
We're seeing particularly the flu spiking right now. RSV really moving up just a little bit. COVID is inching up as well. But like you said, it's really the flu that has been on the rise right now. And as you also said, it's been the last week that we've really seen the spike. And it's also impacting schools. Throughout Iowa, there are 18 schools where there was 10% illnesses in the current week. This would be last week. And one of the biggest ones is Winneshiek County with 4, but Lynn County is next with 3. And all the counties around Lynn County really don't have any. Clayton has 2. That's a little bit north of Dubuque. And then Jackson County, which is Maquoketa, they have 1 case there. Poweshiek, Jasper with 1 case. But other than that, I mean, it's like Lynn County is just this little blip among schools. 3 isn't a lot. As far as the nation is concerned, when it comes to the flu, there's states around Iowa that are listed as having a high rate of the flu, and that would include Minnesota and Missouri, and that would be Kansas. As if I know no, that's Nebraska, Kansas, and Kansas.
It's
you know
all
what?
together.
It's both.
It's Nebraska. They're both a very dark shade, and they look like one state right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, but that's just my eyes, and it's okay, kind of in Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois. But I had to point out, it's almost non-existent in the Virgin Islands.
You know where we should be right now? Smart people are watching this live stream from the Virgin Islands.
And the stats show it. So yeah, we got to go to the Virgin Island. I don't know, for medicinal reasons.
Absolutely. Put that on a doctor's note.
Yeah, the doctor's got to prescribe that right now.
Yeah. We did talk to health officials, about a month ago, asking them what they thought the flu season was going to look like, because they can look at numbers in Europe even and kind of see stuff start to come. They expected a hit. They expected, especially with the holidays, to start seeing cases spike. So this isn't shocking, but it is definitely all over the place. So we went back to some of our local health official contacts, and we wanted to ask them, is it too late?
Do we have a graphic?
We do.
There we go.
To get a flu shot.
Which is a good question.
It is, especially, you think the flu shot, it does take some time to kick in. Mm-hmm. So it's not an immediate fix, but it is an important step that many, many, many health officials strongly recommend. So I spoke to someone from Johnson County Public Health, Jennifer Miller. She is a disease prevention specialist. I talked to her asking what we should know, what the season has looked like. We're going to share that interview right now. First, we really want to talk about, at least here in our newsroom, it's felt like flu season or illness around this time of year has been pretty intense. Is that actually what's happening, or is that just kind of, what we're thinking is happening?
No, that's actually what is happening. And in the most recent reports from the CDC and also the local Iowa respiratory report, we definitely are in a high level of influenza right now.
So, we know obviously the probably best way to not get the flu is to get the flu vaccine. Is it too late in the season to do that and have it be effective?
No, not at all. We recommend really anytime before the end of March. If you haven't gotten a flu shot yet and you're so inclined, please go ahead and do it. It does take a couple weeks to have full immunity, but even, a day or two after getting your flu shot, you are going to be more protected.
And that flu vaccine, if I'm correct, does not, necessarily stop you from getting the flu, but it can definitely help in a big way, right?
Yes, 100%. So there's no vaccine that's going to be 100% effective and be sure that you don't get sick. But the second part of that protection is if you do become ill, if you do get infected with influenza, it hugely reduces the risk that you're going to have a serious case of the flu, that you're going to end up hospitalized, that you're going to need medical treatment.
Aside from the vaccine, what are some other good ways that people can make sure to stay healthy? There seems to be a lot of things going around.
There are, and we're seeing not only influenza, but COVID, RSV, the infamous winter stomach bug of norovirus. So things are transmitted through the air, but also on surfaces. So making sure that you're washing your hands, wash your hands before you eat, wash your hands when you've been out and touching right out in public, touching doorknobs and elevator buttons and all those sorts of things. People who are at higher risk and are really concerned about becoming ill could also certainly consider masking when they're out in public. And the biggest piece of advice that we can give everybody is if you're sick, please stay home. Don't go out and expose other people.
As everybody is kind of battling this variety of illnesses, is there anything else you want to make sure that people are aware of right now?
Well, just as you said, though, the flu vaccine is really the best protection against influenza. And those vaccines are still available, both probably through your medical provider's office, but pharmacies still have plenty of stock. And Johnson County Public Health does have a limited supply of vaccine for people who are uninsured. So if you don't have insurance and can't afford the cost at a pharmacy, please do give us a call and see about scheduling an appointment.
Jennifer, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That was Jennifer Miller, again, a disease prevention specialist from Johnson County Public Health.
Good advice.
Very good advice,
Now,
yeah.
mind you, last week I was not here, but I was with two snotty little kids.
Were you?
Well, you know what? They're 9 months old twins. They're so adorable. I should send you
my
pictures. They were so cute. And then I was on planes, which is, in a way, I think it's pretty much recycled air.
Yeah.
But it's a very small compartment and all the seats are taken. So, the whole travel thing, I feel fine, but maybe I'm a super spreader. I don't know it.
You are a ticking time bomb, Jim.
Well, thank
We're all
you.
going to get a second round of it.
Thanks to me and my snotty nieces and nephews.
If anyone has not gotten a flu shot yet and is going to go out and get it, I will share my family's personal advice for getting a flu shot.
Yeah.
Which is that afterwards, you do some push-ups so that your arm doesn't hurt from the shot.
Yeah, but you're going to hurt from push-ups.
Well,
I don't know my exercise routine. That would hurt.
you can even do some wall push-ups.
All
You just
right.
gotta keep that area moving.
Really?
That's
Okay.
it. Yeah, that was my dad's long-standing. We have gotten a shot of any kind. We must now do our push-ups in the parking lot. We would do them.
I will not argue with your dad in any way, shape, or form. I would never do that.
Just a little pro tip for everyone out there. But of course, thank you for joining us here on Ask 9. Hopefully we, gave you some insight to everyone who's sick in your life right now, which is probably a couple people.
And also, hopefully, we gave you advice to go to the Virgin Islands as soon as possible.
Book your plane tickets. If you have any questions you'd like us to answer,
I'm a doctor.
that's true. Dr.
No,
Jim,
I am
in the
not a
house,
doctor
Dr.
in
Mertens.
any way, shape, or form. No,
Message us on
no.
Facebook. Send us an email. Give us vacation advice.
Yeah.
We're always open. But thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening.